Come on, you guys jump. Come on. Come on. Come on over. We can come over on this side. Come on, you guys, come on.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Vaughn College. My name is Dr. Karen DeVivo. I'm the President and Chief Executive Officer of this institution, and we're really excited this morning to welcome you all to talk about air traffic control, a little bit of a hot topic, especially this summer. Really huge thank you to Congress members Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, our very esteemed representative for this district, and Congress member Tom Suozzi, who has air traffic control training facilities in his district. And so this is really important to
You didn't say esteemed about me, you
sorry, but she's mine. We'd also like to welcome our great partners, NACA, the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, who today will be represented by 2 Vaughn graduates, as well as our airline partners, the Airline Pilots Association, Delta, United, JetBlue, our Port Authority friends who are here today, our Assembly member, Lorinda Hooks, who is also here today.
Oh, hi.
This is something that is really important to this region. So let me give you some very quick facts about the institution. We will have roughly 1,400 students this fall, more than 80% from under-resourced and underrepresented communities. Our graduates are employed 98% within 1 year of graduating or continuing their education, 78% in their field. We are the best institution in the country at moving students from the bottom 20% in income to the top. And you can tie that line directly to the jobs that our students get, particularly in air traffic control. We have been offering air traffic control basics since the late 90s when we became a collegiate training initiative institute as part of the FAA. Their latest program, the enhanced CTI program, allows us to train students at Vaughn so that they do not have to go to Oklahoma City. Now that means we have to meet a certain standard. It required almost a year to put together curriculum, purchase new equipment, invest in training and instructors, all of whom are former retired controllers, so that we can provide the best student we can and graduate to the local region. And the air traffic control towers in this area, whether it's LaGuardia, JFK, Newark, the TRACON facilities are filled with Vaughn graduates. And so we're really excited about starting this program and look forward to working with Congress and the FAA to keep this program affordable for students, as well as provide those institutions that participate in the program. Right now, there's 6 across the country in additional equipment, simulation equipment. This would not have been possible 10 years ago, but technology has helped us get to a place where we can now do this at Vaughn and provide more training seats. That's the whole idea of this, and work closely with the FAA on a tightened and quicker process to get students into those facilities. And just excited, and thank you both for being here today.
Thank
and
you.
With that, Congresswoman. Thank
you for your introduction. And today is such an incredibly exciting day. In fact, my first speech on the floor of Congress was talking about air traffic controllers here in New York City. And in fact, it was on the heels of a tour of the air traffic control tower at JFK, which Yahe actually had introduced me to, and he had walked me around the facility, and we got to learn everything about what was going on in the nuts and bolts of our air traffic control system, and particularly sounding the alarm around the shortage of air traffic controllers starting years ago. And that's when we first started to learn that one of the bottlenecks on air traffic control is in training, in the availability of simulators, and making sure that we had the ability to transfer and really transform the immense talent that we have in our community into actual certified training and seats. And so I'm so excited to be here today with Representative Suozzi to celebrate Vaughn College's entry into the Enhanced Air Traffic Collegiate Training Initiative. It was great working with you, Tom, because a couple of years ago, we also cut some tape in opening up the SUNY Maritime program as well. And so from sea to air, we are bringing technical training across Queens and across New York City so that communities like ours can have access to some of the next generation of jobs. And I'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge everyone standing with us today. Of course, Dr. Sharon B. DeVivo, Vaughn President, Mr. Joe Segreto, the N90 NACA head, Mr. Yahe Obeid, FAA employee and my constituent, Eric Carlo, JFK coordinator and New York 3 constituent, Captain Wendy Morse, Vice President of the Airline Pilots Association, and all of our representatives from the airlines here today. As the Congresswoman for New York's 14th Congressional District, I'm proud to represent LaGuardia and every pilot, air traffic controller, flight attendant, and airport worker who calls our community home. The Assemblywoman Lorinda Hooks can testify out here in East Elmhurst. We have so many of our airport workers that live right to the airport, and a lot of them even commute to the airport. So this is such an issue that is dear to our hearts. And I thank her for her championing of all of our constituents as well. Here in New York, we have one of the busiest airspaces in the world. That means every day our air traffic controllers have thousands of people's lives in their hands while dealing with weather delays, mechanical problems, and other extra stressors to have to organize around. Yet, over 90% of airports in the United States are severely understaffed. In virtually every airport control tower in the US, including LaGuardia, JFK, and Newark, there are not enough air traffic controllers to guarantee the safety of every takeoff. This has been a long-running issue, and it is only getting worse as the administration offers buyouts to air traffic controllers and cuts crucial support roles at the FAA. The consequences of this lack of staffing, as we have seen many times this year, can be very risky. It's why initiatives like the one we are celebrating today are life-saving. Institutions like Vaughn are already making our community safer, training pilots, FAA technicians, and air traffic controllers that will one day have careers at one of our city's 3 major airports. That's why, when earlier this year, we started to witness all of these commercial airplane incidents, my office immediately reached out to Sharon and Vaughn and asked, how can we help? Vaughn is well positioned to address the air traffic controller shortage and what's in the way of producing more. Sharon shared with us that she was applying to be admitted into this enhanced air traffic college training initiative. We quickly offered our help in issuing a letter of support to the FAA, and a few weeks later, we were informed that Vaughn was finally admitted. We're proud to celebrate Vaughn's entry into the program, and this program isn't just about addressing air traffic controller shortages. It's also about celebrating the opportunities that this brings to our students in our community's door. This initiative means more students from working class communities have access to high quality union jobs. It means they are getting access to the best equipment, including top grade airplane simulators like the ones you will tour later today. It means that instead of having to finance relocation to the FAA Academy all the way in Oklahoma City to finish their certification, they can complete the final leg of their training at home. And it means that when they graduate, our students will enter the workforce with access to good paying union careers as air traffic controllers that allow them to build a future for themselves and their families. These are the wins that we will continue to fight for, because no matter what our children dream of being when they grow up, whether they want to be air traffic controllers, teachers, nurses, or artists, they deserve to live in a city that invests in their future and provides them the support and opportunities they need to succeed. So thank you again to Vaughn College President, Sharon B. DeVivo, Vaughn faculty, and all of our local elected officials that are joining us today to celebrate this win for our community. Thank you.
Well, I want to start by thanking Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez for having us all here in her district. It was a big deal for me to get a passport. President DeVivo, thank you so much for having us. All of our other speakers are going to be, you're going to have about 8 speakers today, so we're going to try and all be as brief as possible. The bottom line is, this is, Alexandria and I don't agree on everything, But we always work together when it comes to creating jobs for people, especially jobs that are good paying jobs that you can make enough money so you can afford to live the American dream. And the job of an air traffic controller is the best kind of job you can imagine because it's a meaningful, important job where you can make enough money so you can afford to have a house, you can have health insurance, you can retire one day with a pension, and you can have enough money to educate your children. This is the type of job we should be encouraging in our country. And we need these jobs right now. Right now, we need 4,000 air traffic controllers in the United States of America. And this program here at Vaughn is a great opportunity for people to get the training necessary because right now the failure rate down in Oklahoma is very, very high. At least 1 out of 2 people fail when they go through the Oklahoma training program. We're hoping that this program here will see tremendous success and good paying jobs for people that graduate from this program that enter as air traffic controllers. You'll be making $100,000 starting your job as an air traffic controller. And I know air traffic controllers that make hundreds of thousands of dollars, often by working long overtime. But they're important, necessary jobs that the United States of America needs right now. And there's a great opportunity for you to apply to this program so that you can get those type of jobs in the future. You don't have to go to college. You get a 2-year or 4-year certificate, and you can have a great life and serve your country in the process. So we have a lot of speakers here. I'm not going to speak any longer because I don't want to take too much of your time. So let me just now bring up a constituent of mine, Eric Carlo, who's a great guy over in Williston Park, who's an air traffic controller down at JFK, and who's a graduate of Vaughn College. Let's give him a round of applause.
Morning, everyone. Thank you, Congressman Suozzi and Vaughn College for today's invitation. My name is Eric Carlo, I'm an air traffic controller and also the NACA Vice President at John F. Kennedy National Air Traffic Control Tower. Alongside some of my colleagues, Joseph Segretto is at New York Trayton, where we call N90. Jose Rodriguez, also an air traffic controller, and the NACA Vice President at LaGuardia Air Traffic Control Tower. Proud Vaughn graduates. The FAA is 3,900 certified professional controllers short, as Congressman Suozzi stated. As proud Vaughn graduates and representatives of NACA, we strongly support avenues such as the Vaughn AT-CTI program that will assist the FAA and the Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy, in supercharging the hiring of the air traffic controllers, which will then lead to the reducing of these staffing shortages. I'm looking forward to training the next generation of air traffic controllers that come directly from Vaughn College. Can't wait to see you guys.
Yeah. Okay, now Joe Segretto, who's the head of the Air Traffic Controllers Union.
Not the complete union, but my name is Joe Segretto. I am the president of the New York Traycon. And 90, we handle all the flights in and out of Kennedy, LaGuardia, all of Eastern Long Island, Westchester. As Congressman Suozzi and Eric has stated, we are 3,900 controllers short. The CTI program is always a great program. We have many of the Vaughn graduates at our facility that have been successful. The enhanced CTI is going to make it that much better. As we all know, the New York metro area is extremely short on air traffic controllers. It's usually in the media weekly, and we are trying to do better with that. This program will get us those qualified people. We are extremely eager to get you guys into the building and girls. And we look forward to having you, like Eric said. And having a college local to the New York metro area is tremendous. Some of our biggest struggles are getting people to move here from other spots in the country and wanting to stay. So having it here local on Long Island is tremendous. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you to the Congress members and their team for making this happen. Thank you to Vaughn College. Vaughn College is the college of opportunities. I walked in here as an 18-year-old kid from Harlem through these doors with a dream of becoming a pilot. They helped me achieve that dream. And while obtaining my bachelor's degree for airline management, I also took air traffic control classes that were part of that degree. You know, plan A is to be a pilot, plan B is to be an airline manager. I'm at plan C, which Vaughn gave me that opportunity as part of my degree. So I'm very grateful to Vaughn for giving me this opportunity, given many kids this opportunity of becoming air traffic controllers. And in 2007, I was still on my way to be a pilot, and the market crashed. Things were going downhill, pilots being laid off. Plan C started looking really good. I needed a federal job that was stable, that was going to give me stable income every month. And that's what I got with the air traffic control career. It is one of the best careers in aviation, and without a doubt, the best career in the federal government. Even better than being a congressman.
We're making more money than we are.
I want to thank everyone again, and I also mentioned Eric Carlo, from controller from JFK. And about a third of our controllers from JFK are Vaughn graduates. And he was also born and raised in your district. So even though he moved to Congressman Suozzi. So hopefully we'll get him back to the Bronx shortly. And now that you can save the trip to Oklahoma City, the 24-hour drive that I took in my 1995 Corolla, that I don't have to do to Oklahoma, or any student that does not have to drive to Oklahoma, 24-hour drive, it is great. So thank you all for making this happen.
Thank you, guys. Now from the Airline Pilots Association, this is a big ecosystem and everybody relies on the air traffic controllers. Let's bring up Captain Wendy Morse.
Well, thank you so much. Look, well-paying union job, it doesn't get any better, right? It's what we're here about, and having support in our training courses is phenomenal. So thank you so much, Congressman Suozzi and Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez, for your leadership in modernizing our air traffic control system and prioritizing aviation safety. Thank you to Vaughn College and President Dr. Sharon DeVivo for hosting us. This is an amazing event. I wanted to take a moment to congratulate Dr. DeVivo on the April 9th announcement by the FAA that Vaughn College is now a part of the FAA's Enhanced Air Traffic Collegiate Training Initiative, the AT-CTI program. In April, Vaughn was only the 5th school that the FAA authorized to provide the same thorough curriculum and advanced training technology offered at the agency's Air Traffic Controller Academy in Oklahoma City, and the first in the Northeast. I'm Captain Wendy Morse, as was stated, and I'm the first Vice President and National Safety Coordinator of the Airline Pilots Association. Representing nearly 80,000 airline pilots in the U.S. and Canada, ALPA is the largest non-governmental aviation safety organization in the world and the largest pilots union in the world. As the primary users of our shared national airspace system, operating more than 40,000 flights per day, carrying 3 million passengers and millions of pounds of cargo, no one understands the urgent need to modernize our air traffic control system quite like airline pilots and air traffic controllers. Unfortunately, in January, our nation experienced the first U.S. commercial airline tragedy in more than 16 years. While we continue to mourn the lives of those lost in the PSA Flight 5342 accident, including 2 of our union members, as well as participate in the NTSB investigation, we'll be doing everything we can to ensure that no other families have to experience something like that again. One thing is clear, even before the accident, our aging air traffic control system needs to be modernized, but we need significant investments to make the system work today and to strengthen safety, operational security for years to come. Thanks to the leadership of the members of Congress here today and other key allies in Washington, D.C. and across the industry, we're making progress to ensure and secure that funding and develop air traffic control system for the future. While this important work is centered in Washington at the moment, this is not a partisan issue. This is a people issue.
The working relationships between pilots and air traffic controllers is essential to maintaining a safe and reliable aviation system. For too long, our colleagues at NACA have faced air traffic controller staffing shortages and concerning underinvestment in the infrastructure and systems that they rely on. Our nation's air traffic controllers work in the world's safest and most complex airspace, yet they are some of the pieces of technology that have been outdated for decades. Now is the time for immediate decisive action with a steadfast commitment to safeguard and enhance aviation safety and efficiency. We commend Congress for approving the $12.5 billion in funding for this long overdue initiative. But as Department of Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy reiterated, this should be viewed as a down payment. This long-term success of the project will rely on continued support from members of Congress and the administration, as well as the ongoing commitment to hire more air traffic controllers and fund the necessary infrastructure improvements to our nation's air traffic control system. This transformation will require long hours, bipartisan leadership, and hard work, but with the aviation world unified in support and with effective leadership, lasting change is possible. And we're going to have to keep working on this. As dedicated aviation safety professionals who utilize and depend on these systems, we look forward to leveraging our unique operational expertise and experience as we collaborate with all stakeholders to achieve this crucial goal. Thank you again, Congressman Suozzi and Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez, for your leadership in air traffic controller staffing and improvement, modernizing our air traffic control system and prioritizing aviation safety. And thank you again to Vaughn College and Dr. DeVivo for hosting us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Wendy. Let's bring up our last three speakers together as a group because their industry relies on this so much. Let's bring up Warren Christie from JetBlue, who's the Chief Operating Officer, Matt Wood from Delta Airlines, the Corporate Director of LaGuardia Above the Wing Operations, and John Gouda from United Airlines, the Vice President of Airport Operations. Let's all three of you come up together. And are there any Vaughn students here? Anybody going to Vaughn now? Just you guys? Yeah. Okay.
Good morning. On behalf of all of us at JetBlue, I want to first thank representatives of Pastor Cortez, Suozzi, as well as Dr. DeVivo for having us here at Vaughn College. We appreciate the opportunity and add our support for your efforts to grow skilled aviation careers in New York. As New York's hometown airline, JetBlue was founded with a mission of bringing humanity back to air travel, and with a deep connection to the communities which we serve throughout New York and across our network. Through our own efforts to encourage careers in aviation, we know New York offers an incredible pool of talented and driven candidates looking for that opportunity to show off what they're capable of. As a partner college for our own Gateway pilot development programs, we can also attest to the team here at Vaughn and their passion for encouraging those talented individuals and developing their skills. Of course, our industry is a group project. A group project and an aviation is an ecosystem. Our crew members and our customers all depend on air traffic controllers to keep the system running smoothly. Being headquartered in New York presents unique challenges. Chief among them is the volume and complexity of the air traffic system in this region and the current strained state of air traffic control. We have long advocated for specific solutions to address staffing, technology upgrades, and infrastructure improvements. Efforts that will help us better serve both our hometown customers and the millions who travel to New York each year. Unfortunately, New York's ATC facilities have been the most understaffed in the country, yet they bear the responsibility of managing the most complex airspace. The FAA Enhanced College Training Initiative has shown to be a great program to develop future air traffic controllers within the communities where they will one day work. We believe there is no better environment for the development than here in New York. We're also thrilled to see the addition of a strong partner in Vaughn College, an institution already nurturing homegrown aviation talent, including some future JetBlue pilots, right here in our backyard. That's a local success story and a clear example of how community-based pathways can break down barriers to careers in aviation. By acting swiftly to bring the AT-CTI program to Vaughn, the FAA has given local students a direct pipeline to key facilities like New York TRACON, which is currently operating well below established staffing targets. While we remain confident in the resilience of the air traffic control systems and their steadfast commitment to safety, we continue to advocate for investment in the technological growth we need to make the U.S. airspace system the most advanced and efficient in the world. We look forward to continued collaboration and creative solutions to help move this mission forward. Thank you to Representative Suozzi and Ocasio-Cortez, as well as Vaughn College, for giving JetBlue the opportunity to celebrate this important step toward modernizing our air traffic control system, especially in the region that needs it most, New York. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Matt Wood. I'm the Director of Operations for Delta at LaGuardia Airport. Delta has been on a journey of growth in New York City for the last 15 years, including our $4 billion investment into redeveloping LaGuardia Terminal C, as well as substantial investments down the road at JFK. But aside from financial support, what Delta is most proud of is our investment and leadership within the Queens community. And to that end, Vaughn College is a partner unlike any other. Delta has a long history of various programs in Vaughn. First, we have dozens of summer interns working side by side with us at JFK Airport, learning firsthand about our busy hub operation. Second, we support Vaughn's aircraft maintenance technician program by donating airframes and aircraft parts for hands-on learning. But most importantly, many former graduates are now working with us as Delta team members right here in New York. And because of this partnership, we are excited to celebrate the college's recent certification into the FAA's Enhanced CTI program for air traffic controllers. As New York's largest carrier, we are acutely aware of the challenges and the constraints of our air traffic control system, particularly here in the New York airspace. Supported by Delta's broad infrastructure investments, LaGuardia has gone from the worst-ranked airport in the country to one of the best. However, the ongoing ATC constraints continue to hold Delta and all airlines back operationally. We want to fully capitalize on our investment while providing the most predictable and reliable operation for our employees and customers that rely on our 600 daily flights across the state of New York. To do that, we need a fully staffed air traffic control system that is modernized to meet today's traffic volumes and position the industry for growth and continuous improvement. With the enhanced CTI pathway, I'm encouraged that Vaughn College graduates will have the opportunity to enter the FAA workforce sooner to help fill critical roles at New York facilities. Congratulations to Vaughn College and my friend Sharon DeVivo for continuing to provide an exceptional educational opportunity for students and securing employment pathways into the exciting world of aviation. This builds upon a strong foundation where Vaughn College is ranked #1 in upward mobility nationwide, moving students from the bottom 40% to the top 40% in income. And the majority of those students are from right here in Queens. Vaughn College's enhanced CTI certification, along with the historic $12.5 billion Congress recently included as part of the reconciliation package to begin to modernize the ATC system, is an incredible step in the right direction. I appreciate the attention today. This event is bringing to the progress that we're making, but candidly, we do have a long way to go. Delta Airlines looks forward to working collaboratively with all of you and our partners in government to enhance the safety and efficiency of our national airspace system.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. My name is John Good, representing United. You've heard it from every single speaker here today, so I'll keep these remarks short, but thank you for this very warm welcome. I have the honor of representing 14,000 passionate professionals who work for United Airlines at Newark Liberty International Airport, United's crown jewel hub. And beyond that, 100,000 employees that work across the country. Thank you, Congressman Suozzi and Congressman Ocasio-Cortez, for your leadership and support, highlighting the urgent need for more air traffic controllers in this region and around the country. I'd also like to recognize the strong role the administration has played in bringing attention to this critical issue. Secretary Duffy has been outspoken and worked tirelessly to modernize the ATC system, showing that improving our nation's infrastructure and improving the travel experience are truly bipartisan issues. While Congress has already approved $12.5 billion to modernize ATC, as you heard today, that's just a down payment. Secretary Duffy has outlined $19 billion more of funding needed to bring the system up to current technological standards and give the United States the best air traffic control system in the world. United stands at the ready to do whatever is needed to get that additional funding across the finish line, and I encourage those of you here today to join us. I also want to congratulate President DeVivo of Vaughn College for leading this great institution's accession to a CTI school. It cannot be overstated how important Vaughn College is in helping resolve the 4,000 air traffic control shortage that you heard about today. One point that hasn't been raised, and I think it's important to share, on a clear blue sky day last year, 68% of United's delays were due to FAA air traffic control restrictions. And those delays affected thousands of customers, including right here in New York and New Jersey. Fortunately, we worked with the FAA to take quick action in Newark, and United's proactive flight reductions combined with the FAA's schedule reductions immediately paid dividends, propelling Newark Airport to the #1 on-time airport in the region. United is determined to remain one of the region's largest employers and economic drivers, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be here today to support this initiative. Thank you both.
Okay. As John just mentioned, this is a bipartisan issue. Congressman Nicole Maliotakis wanted to be here today, Republican from Staten Island, and she said, I join my colleagues and our industry partners in this important initiative to promote New York trained air traffic controllers, ensure Americans can fly with confidence, safety, and efficiently. I've been in regular contact with Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy and work closely with the Department of Transportation to address our aging air traffic control infrastructure, most recently at Newark Airport, and I will continue to support efforts to modernize our nation's infrastructure. So this really is a bipartisan effort. It's important for our country, and I want to thank our other partners that are here with us today that didn't get a chance to come up and speak. I want to thank Barry McCarthy from the FAA, Lorinda Hooks, the Assemblywoman who was introduced earlier, Rich Tamburo from the Port Authority, Sequoia Jones from the Port Authority, Jose Rodriguez is also an air traffic controller and a Vaughn graduate, Gareth Carter, also from the pilots, and Captain Jonathan Miranda from the pilots. So with that, thank you very much. Thank you to my colleague, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and let's open it up for any questions you may have. Come on over here, because you may have to answer the question. Wendy, come up over here. Any questions? Anybody have